Sex and eating are two fundamental human behaviors that share more in common than one might initially think. Both are driven by a complex interplay of physiological, psychological, and social factors. When it comes to understanding the dynamics of sex and eating, researchers often turn to the concepts of wanting and liking. These concepts shed light on the multifaceted nature of our desires, appetites, and the experiences that accompany them. In this article, we will explore the relationships between sex and eating through the lens of wanting and liking. The wanting-liking distinction. The distinction between wanting and liking is crucial in understanding our desires and the pleasures we derive from sex and eating. These concepts were initially introduced by Kent C. Berridge and Terry E. Robinson, researchers in the field of neuroscience and psychology. They propose that while wanting and liking are related, they are distinct processes that play a pivotal role in driving our behaviors. Wanting. Wanting refers to the motivational aspect of our desires. It encompasses the craving, anticipation, and drive to obtain a specific reward, whether it's a delicious meal or a sexual encounter. The brain's reward system, primarily the mesolimbic dopamine pathway, is heavily involved in the generation of wanting. It compels us to seek out pleasurable experiences. Liking. Liking, on the other hand, refers to the hedonic experience or the pleasure we derive from the reward itself. It is the subjective feeling of enjoyment, satisfaction, or contentment that occurs when we actually consume the meal or engage in sexual activity. The neural processes underlying liking are associated with the release of endorphins and other neurochemicals that generate feelings of pleasure. Sex and eating. A comparative analysis. Overlapping neural pathways. One fascinating aspect of the wanting-liking distinction is that it applies to both sex and eating. The brain regions and neural pathways involved in both processes show remarkable similarities. For example, the mesolimbic dopamine system, which plays a significant role in wanting, is activated when individuals experience sexual arousal and anticipation of sexual reward, as well as when they anticipate and seek out to appetizing food. Appetite and satiety. In both sex and eating, there's a balance between appetite, wanting, and satiety, liking. In the context of food, appetite is the desire to eat, whereas satiety is the sensation of fullness and satisfaction after eating. Similarly, in the context of sex, desire, wanting, leads to sexual activity, while sexual satisfaction, liking, follows the act itself. Individual differences. The wanting-liking distinction highlights that people vary in their levels of wanting and liking. Some individuals may have a strong desire, wanting, for certain foods or sexual experiences, but may derive less pleasure, liking, from them. Conversely, some may experience heightened pleasure from these activities, but may not exhibit the same level of craving or desire. Hedonic adaptation. Both sex and eating can lead to hedonic adaptation, which means that the pleasurable sensations of wanting and liking can diminish over time with repeated exposure. This phenomenon, often referred to as tolerance, can impact our overall satisfaction in both domains. The understanding of wanting and liking as separate but interconnected processes is crucial when examining the relationships between sex and eating. These concepts provide a window into the complexities of human desires and the ways our brains navigate the pursuit of pleasure and satisfaction. Ultimately, the wanting-liking distinction helps us appreciate the multifaceted nature of these fundamental human experiences. Whether it's indulging in a sumptuous meal or engaging in intimate activities, the interplay of wanting and liking shapes our behaviors and our perceptions of pleasure, offering insights into our intricate relationship with sex and eating.